What needs to be changed and added to Overwatch 2? I kind of wanted to open up a discussion with people familiar with the Overwatch League and Overwatch as a whole, and just kind of talk about what people expect or maybe want in the game. I've come up with a couple of ideas that I'm going to go through in this video. Let's start off with ranked rewards. Real ones. When the game first came out, the golden guns were fairly sought after, and the better you were at the game, the quicker you could get them. But that system is a little bit archaic at this point. Now the game has been out for, well, a while. The golden weapons don't really mean too much anymore, and I actually don't know anybody that's still hunting for a golden weapon for their favorite hero. We need some more incentives to grind the ladder and actually rank up. The long-lasting unique rewards, the only ones, are for top 500 players, which get a spray and an icon. While they are pretty cool, the 99% of other players get nothing unique for playing ranked, except for a few competitive points at the end of the season, which go into gold guns. Looking at other games such as Apex Legends, who have seasonal dive trails, incentivizing players to play every season to avoid losing that colored dive trail for their specific rank. While that is only diamond and above, it's still a lot bigger percentage of the player base than top 500 is in Overwatch. League of Legends has ranked skins and special recall animations. They've even done a challenger jacket in the past, which was a pretty cool incentive, although long term, not entirely sure how that would actually end up working out. Although having a year-long rank season is a lot different to Overwatch, where we have considerably shorter ones. Adding something that players can actually see in the game that is unique to their rank that they achieved in the previous season is much better than just grinding for comp points. Look at Rainbow Six's and Apex's ranked based charms that attach to your weapons for every single season that you do play. They are a unique model denoting the actual season that you played and achieved that rank in. Overwatch could do the same thing. Overwatch 1 could already implement this kind of system, adding charms of the ranked season icons that are already in the game with various color palettes to denote the rank of previous seasons. This could also be split up into the tank, support, and damage roles. If you get diamond on support, you get the diamond shaded icon for your support characters. And if you got plat on DPS, for example, you get the plat shaded icon for your DPS heroes. Adding more tangible and unique rewards for every single rank per season will just give players a little bit more incentive to actually grind the rank ladder. Keeping unique rewards for the top 500 players only is kind of a bad thing, and it kind of disincentivizes a lot of players, especially in the low ranks, I can imagine. But still keeping that uniqueness for the top 500 players that earn it every single season is also a benefit. Having an animated charm, for example, would be a good middle ground, I think, for keeping that uniqueness and prestige of reaching top 500. Staying on the lines of a competitive feel to the game, the clan system has been something that's talked about by the devs in the past, something that I think on its own could be rather lackluster, but when combined with tournaments, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, could be something truly amazing to add to the game. These also don't need to be competitive 5v5 style tournaments either. You could host a whole bunch of fun at workshop game type tournaments, Workshop being one of the best additions to Overwatch since the game's launch. Torbhammer 1v1s, Connect 4, and hundreds of other fun game modes do exist out there that could be created by Blizzard or by the community and implemented into a tournament. Even PvE type events like the 2000 Junkensteins we've had over the years, there could be events that challenge players to get a certain amount of points in certain PvE modes. I'm sure PvE events are likely coming, but linking them together with a clan system would give it extra meaning and use to it. Rewarding placing in these tournaments would of course be important and the main reason why you're playing those tournaments more often than not. However, not knowing the game and how it's going to be monetized, it makes it a little harder to think about how you could incentivize players to play in these tournaments. In the current game, you can reward players with loot boxes, of course, icons for participation and placing in those tournaments as well. Rather unique rewards once again. Even Battle.net currency could be used as rewards and incentives for players and teams and clans playing in them. Now, we do want to talk about the casual player base as well at this time. We've talked a lot about competitive already, but as we all know, every game, the casual player base is what keeps it alive. Not just GM plus players that make up 0.4% roughly of the actual population of the game. So adding things that both the top tier players and the casual players can enjoy as well. I mentioned a couple already, of course, but more cosmetic features would definitely not go amiss either. Hero skin and weapon skin swappings, for example, something that I've talked about a ton on my stream, by the way, twitch.tv/JawsCasts. Pretty simple of an idea, but gives the player an extra bit of customization options and freedom beyond just the regular skins that we do have already. Small things that really do flesh out hero cosmetics as a whole. Although the customizability is good at the current time, and varied skin sprays, emotes, and voice lines, for example, something that not a lot of games actually have when you look at voice lines, more visual hero changes could be added just to give a little bit more uniqueness when playing the game. Another thing that I quickly talked about already, but charms are a massive hit in multiple games out there already. I know Rainbow Six, people absolutely love weapon charms. And something that could be added to Overwatch 2 pretty easily, I think. It's nothing too crazy visual that's going to distract you from your gameplay. It's just a little tiny thing attached to your weapon that you can just run around with, and again, making your characters a little bit more unique. Now, this next thing is something that not everybody is going to use, maybe only a small subsection of the player base, but I still think it's nice to have for those people that do want to look at this kind of thing. Detailed stats. And one of the things I had loved about casting in the Overwatch League is having access to extremely smart people who have built programs to easily display highly detailed stats to post to the broadcast or feed into our ears so we can talk about them on and during a game, and adding up throughout the year as well, which is also a pretty sick feature. The ability to tell your impact in the game can sometimes be quite hard when everything in the match is boiled down to just medals alone. These medals are limited match stats that are lost immediately when you click leave game. I don't think they need to be that way. Examples: damage blocked, damage taken, healing received, time switched, ults used in the game, and ult effectiveness as well, how many kills you get per ult, is all pretty damn important statistics in the Overwatch League, and I think it can be implemented into the game itself. The game already stores those throughout the game, but is only displayed on the scorecards at the end of a match and then instantly lost afterward. These are only going to be temporary stats as well, tied to match history, so there's not an enormous amount of data that's going to be stored as well. Unless you do pin some of your matches, of course, that does end up saving them until another patch does end up rolling around, so you're saving a little bit of data there, but not a whole bunch in the grand scheme of things. And I think more people are going to use these stats over the lifetime stats currently. There are times where I'm looking at the lifeline stats, but they're only to really inflate my ego when I look at my Zen win rate. This is just a small list of things that I hope they do add to the game in Overwatch 2, but what do you think? Give me your thoughts down in the comments on my list, or what are your ideas for Overwatch 2? What would you like to see implemented in the new game, which is hopefully coming out this year, soon TM, maybe we'll see. Other than that, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.